Teamwork makes the dream work. So Dad and I did some scraping this morning, and it was a learning experience for me because I'd never done that before. So no video there. Sorry, I'm shifting gears. So now he's going to do some more scraping, and I'm going to plow. Oh, too zoomed in. And I'm going to plow what we scraped this morning. So we're gonna get this thing knocked out. I told him at some point I'm gonna have to learn to scrape. That was the first time I've ever seen it, and I think I could do it, but he's just gonna be better at it, and I'll get some more experience in a different field. But I can do this. I know how to plow, so we're gonna knock out some. Got one field that the south boundary was kind of rough, so we're getting that cleaned up, and then same thing on other fields, any kind of washes. Oh man, I've got to clean my glasses. I apologize. But the wheat is coming up pretty good here considering it's really dry. So, oh man, dirty glass. Oh yeah, thankful to see that. In the road where we drive, not as good, but yeah, it's coming up. Waiting for rain. All right, so here's where we did some scraping this morning. There was a pretty good sized gully up here, and then just all along the boundary there. And so I'm just gonna plow through all this and kind of break it up, try to incorporate some of that loose dirt. Okay, here's a better view. So this whole end we just we scraped and had some washes. So got that cleaned up, and there behind me I am trying to break it up a little bit. Well, I'm on another field now that Dad's worked on, and so just keeping you updated. One, if it'll rain gentle, it'll soak everything in and it'll pack that dirt down. If it rains a heavy rain, well then it'll wash it again and we'll fix them again. Well, that's all for me for tonight. Afternoon, I've got a meeting to go to this evening. Dad is finishing up here. I kind of let him get ahead of me, so but he's gonna. The boys actually have a basketball deal tonight that I was gonna should go to and help with, but I got a school board meeting, so I missed the last one because we were stripping, so need to be at that one, and so I'll miss the first basketball deal, but there'll be more and I'll catch up. So that's it for me. I was trying to get out of the wind, and now I'm having to look into the sun, so let's compromise. All right, I'm going to Dad did some scraping in a couple other fields. I finished over to the west. Now I'm coming over here to the east by their house. We didn't get that around his house. His house is kind of on a hill. There's quite a bit to do here. We'll have to do that later, but I need to get this done today because tonight and tomorrow we got a really good chance of rain and some snow. So we'll take whatever we can get, as much of it as we can get. But they're predicting, 1 to 3 inches possibly of snow, some rain before that maybe. So that would be awesome. So especially if it comes down slowly, because what we scraped, we've gotten some rain. I think there's some decent moisture, but a while back. But that top, I don't know, 5-6 inches of soil where we scraping is just powder dry. And so that's in some of those valleys we filled in. And so if it comes a heavy rain, it'll just wash that right back out. So a nice soaking rain or a snow would be awesome to kind of soak that in, pack it down a little bit, and maybe hold that dirt there a little bit. So that's the scraper. I haven't seen that probably up close. But pretty simple deal, but blade, cylinder that controls the blade up and down. There's a cylinder that can turn the blade pivot side to side, and another cylinder that can help tilt it this way. Dad said he doesn't do a ton of all that extra stuff. He mostly just pulls it straight and kind of drags into the trenches, but there are times where you need to kind of feather it but not as easy as a grader, because that blade's in front of you, being it behind you, a little bit different. But he does that, and then where he scraped is a little tight or hard packed. So I come with a disc, and the way this disc works is you pull the plow straight, actually makes those discs at an angle, and so this front gang throws the dirt kind of this way, and the back gang is angled the opposite direction and cupped the opposite direction. It throws the dirt back this way, so you're kind of getting a double cut. If you don't have the plow completely straight, it may not cut as good, and the front and the back may not go in equally. So that's what we got. Get it done today and enjoy some rain and snow, hopefully. All right, well, I'm almost done with this field here. Going in this hard packed ground, it's a little rough, getting a little bit of power hop sometimes. But on this offset disc here, I can only really turn to the left without raising the disc out. If I turn to the right, the way those discs are cupped, they gouge in. They'll gouge in and could mess something up. And so I can turn to the left, and so basically cutting this kind of section in half, and I'll just kind of keep making circles and changing the path and get this all plowed. I got to do it twice, really, because especially where it was scraped, it brings up quite a few clods, and then do it a second time, kind of bust those up. That helps a lot. And then get that rain, that would be perfect. Everything once. I went around this patch once. I wanted to show you kind of the difference in the soils, like what we're dealing with the scraping and the loose dirt and all. So here's some of the dirt. There was a kind of a washout here. That dirt is just powdery dry, and so that will definitely just wash away when we get a rain. And so that dirt came from some of these places over here, and you can tell definitely a lot cloddier. And there's some moisture down there, but that's what I'm trying to break up. And so one pass looks like this, two, it'll look a lot better. And the last thing I want to show you is the soil where it was undisturbed. Somewhere like right in here, and it's just a lot more mellow. Obviously still some clods in some places where we've driven, but that's kind of what we're dealing with. Loose powder that we filled, dry, underneath, hard and cloddy, breaking it up. The stuff out here that is undisturbed is really good and ready to go. Well, I'm on this last little strip on the second farm. I moved over and have done three of the edges, and I just got this one. This along this county road, this field's elevated a little bit. This is where my boys, they love to play in the canyons, is what they called it, which is what Dad just filled up. There's a huge one here last year, and it was probably about 3 or 4 feet tall, just a deep canyon. And for them, that was huge, and they loved it, but we filled it in. So this one's filled in too, and they'll be back. Because this field is elevated from the county road, that county road kind of becomes a river and water just runs off. We get a heavy rain, but we're hoping for rain, but not a heavy one that's gonna run water. So almost getting this knocked up more than I thought, because Dad did the scraping when we were out of town, and so I didn't know how much there'd be, but close. that's it. Got that done. Ready for rain. Thanks for watching. Just dropped the kids off at school, and we got, looks like a little bit of rain, and now getting some snow here. So super thankful for the moisture.